I have built a full new life abroad around the run club. I moved to a new city, joined a community, and started running for the first time in my life. Everyone says that run clubs are just a Tinder with a dress code. To be honest, we do have 3 couples in the run club, so maybe they have a point. However, it's not even close to the full story. I moved to a new city alone, knew nobody, and had no idea how to build a life here. 1 year later, I have an international community of friends, a boyfriend, a social life, and a half marathon done. All from one decision, joining a run club on my first weekend in Alicante. In this video, I will tell the truth about if I joined a run club to find a boyfriend, am I lying that I am a runner, and what is the truth behind running clubs that is not getting talked about enough. Is it true that people go to run clubs to find partners? Yes and no. Some people do, that's obvious. In our run club we have 3 couples, 2 of them met at the run club event on the same day. These 2 couples are me and my boyfriend, and my local best friend and her boyfriend. None of the 4 of us were actively looking for relationships, and most of us were thinking that we really don't need a relationship right now. The 3rd couple in the run club is a married couple, so they just came together. They've been together for a long time, they have 4 children together, and the husband is a running coach. When you go to a run club, there's obviously a chance to meet someone. You join a community of young, hot people. Your hormones are literally pushing towards bonding with others. All of you have shared values and interests. It's mostly people with similar lifestyles. Everyone is running, everyone is prioritizing health, and everyone likes to have a chat over a coffee when you are done running. And from experience, most people in run clubs are ambitious, hardworking, and looking for growth opportunities. But it does not guarantee that everyone is looking for love, or, as you may have heard about run clubs, for short-term fun. It is possible to not only get into a relationship, but also meet a business partner, your new best friend, a mentor from whom you'll learn a lot in life and in work. You might meet a person with whom you'll train and complete races, or maybe a new roommate, and this list goes on. There's a popular belief that run clubs are just a dating app replacement. No one is serious about running, and we are just not being honest about it. So let's address the question, is there really any running in the run club? I will start with my story here. I was not a runner before moving to Alicante. However, I was a professional athlete for 10 years. Run club was my conscious choice to get into a community where I knew I will relate to people. And objectively, it was a way to bring more structure into my life. It was a new repeated ritual for my weekly routine, because my life before had no stability whatsoever, and it was also to have movement as a stress coping mechanism. So fair enough, my running journey did not start for the love of running itself. However, after I started running, I have signed up for a half marathon. I was running consistently 3 times a week, training for this race for 5 months, and I completed the half marathon in Lisbon. After this race, there was a 10k race in Murcia, and there have been many more runs by myself and with friends. I'm still running, less now but for personal reasons. I love sports and movement as a whole, but I also believe in choosing the kind of sport that works best for your body. In my case, as soon as I started running, maximum I could do was run. I could go for runs 3 times a week max, and all the other time I felt absolutely exhausted, so all the other time I spent just recovering. When I don't run, I can work out every day with different intensity trainings. It can be low impact training, it can be Pilates, which I did not expect to even like, but now it's one of my favorites and one of the hardest directions I've tried, especially if you choose the right workout. A few months ago I have also started going to the gym for strength training, and my training routine is more diversified, which is how I like it. So now I'm running once a week in a run club, training in the gym 3-4 times a week, and doing Pilates or stretching at home twice a week. Technically, I stretch almost every day at home, but for me it's more of a rest time, so it does not really count as a training most days. My current goal is to find a fixed weekly structure with 2 running sessions including run club, 3 gym days, and 2 more home workouts. I want to know exactly what I'm doing on what day instead of deciding from scratch every week. But now you can tell that my fitness massively improved after I joined the run club, so apparently boyfriend is not the only thing I found. As for other people generally, there's 2 types of us. Beginners, who start running and sign up for their first races. Even if we run slow, even some people, they swear they would never sign up for a race and then end up falling in love with it. And there's also professionals or people who've been running for a long time. people who have run multiple marathons and created run clubs, those who run sub 3 hours and faster. There's also running coaches and people who have just been running for many years for the love of it. So, as much as some haters love to say that there's no running in a run club, it's not true. Moreover, I'm 100% sure that if I started running by myself, there's no chance that I would still be running 1 year after. I would give up very quickly, I would have no reason to do the half, or even to run in general. And by the way, anyone who's joining a run club is already amazing and brave for just getting out of their comfort zone. Stay-at-home experts are basically just judging people for trying to improve their lives. Because it's obvious, if you go to a place full of people where everyone is doing shared activities, everyone is talking, you might meet someone and get close with them. This is how it works. It should not come as a surprise or be a reason for hatred. So after a full year in the run club, my fitness has improved, but it's definitely not the biggest addition to my life. I honestly could not expect how many amazing people I would meet, how many deep conversations we will have, how many great events we'll organize. I did not really expect to be in a healthy and happy relationship after joining. It turned out that everyone in our run club has shared experiences. Even though we have a very international community with completely different backgrounds, when we go places with friends, it can be 6 people with 6 different nationalities, all with different religions and beliefs. But at the same time, most of us once had to leave everything we know behind, pack one suitcase, and build a new life from scratch. Everyone who once went through this know how lonely it is, how frustrating, how many struggles you have to deal with on your own. And this community gathers people who can all reflect on these experiences together. It's also helpful for people who are just starting this journey. Sometimes there's people passing by who are visiting Alicante, thinking about moving here, and they come one Sunday to the run club and they ask around. It's amazing how you can just talk to people, get advice, and know better how to start. Everyone in here will be happy for you to have it easier than we did. So overall, this run club has brought in my life at first just structure and discipline, then more stability from one repeated ritual on a weekly basis, then friends with whom we were slowly and steadily getting closer, then a healthy relationship. Then we had dozens of events with our running friend group. We went on hikes, had music evenings, barbecues, networking. Now we have a business or digital nomad meetup every month. This community has the biggest amount of support, mutual encouragement, and respect for everyone in it than I have ever seen in my life. Which is why I have absolutely no problem with some stay-at-home experts saying that run clubs are not about running. Of course they are not, they are much more than that. In my case, it's about simply living and not surviving for the first time in my life. If you want to hear more stories about run club, about life in Alicante, and solo moving abroad, follow me to not miss my new videos. And see you back here next week.